Okay, so previously we talked about why you cannot have a Hollywood body just like these fitness influencers. I mean, not fitness influencers, but these Hollywood actors such as Chris Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth, Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, Tobey Maguire. I'm just kidding. The bottom line is there is a reason why you can have a body like that. And we talked about in a previous video that most of them are on enhanced drugs, such as like testosterone. Just now, there are exceptional actors such as Henry Cavill that I believe this could be potentially natural. Now, there's always a chance that somebody can be on something, but Henry Cavill, Aaron Tyler Johnson, and so on, judging by what they looked like previously till today's, they look perfectly fine for a natural lifter and someone who is consistent, who enjoys working out. But we are going to discuss how to have a body like Chris Hemsworth. Now, here's the thing. You should never ever compare yourself to other people in a sense of you're trying to compete with them. Not only in this manner of comparing yourself to Chris Hemsworth, for example, but you should never compare yourself to any individual, no matter who it is. But it is good to be inspired by them. So let's say you will never look like Chris Hemsworth, but if you have the dedication and the push to push yourself, you can make yourself a lot more beneficial because it gives you a little bit of push. If you don't have a goal or motivation or something to chase after, it will completely wipe it out, especially for your fitness journey. Take a look at what Chris Hemsworth used to look like before he even started working out. Chris Hemsworth before working out. All right, so I guess this is the most popular picture that we can take a look at when he was, I'm assuming, in his early 20s. And right away, you can tell this guy has a good base for muscle building, okay? Obviously, genetics will play a huge role, not only the way your muscle growth, but it's sometimes, most of the times, it's not really about how much muscle you have, because you can be like 250 pounds and huge, and you can have somebody that's like 155 and they look better. It's not much about how much you have, but how well does it look on your body, meaning like how muscle is proportioned on your bones and how it sits on it. Right away, we can jump into when he got into the first Thor movie. Now, here's the thing. If you've been working out, which Chris hasn't really, I mean, assuming he really never touched the weights, you can tell that this drastic transformation, if we're talking about within like a couple months, would be really unrealistic, because this type of physique, now let me just say, it is achievable by naturally if you have really good base and genetics to do so. And not only that, but dedication as well.
I have to get bigger, and so it became about eating a lot and training a lot, and they kept saying, yeah, just get as big as you can, big as you can. It was the measurements they'd taken 3 months ago were no longer the measurements I was fitting. I was just too thick anyway, you know.
This will be very achievable naturally. And I'm talking about in a sense of you've been working out for a good at least 4 to 5 years, you know. I mean, definitely you can get this size within like 3 years of working out, but after more years you work out, more your muscles tend to sit on your body and mature like a fine wine. If you look at his rest of his physique, how he looks in Ragnarok, and especially in the last Thor movie. Last Thor movie is 100%, not only it's CGI, as well as he was on a lot of drugs, 100%, because he had to play a role of Hulk Hogan, which rightfully so, it's okay. Just because you're on something, it doesn't mean it's bad, okay? He's getting paid for it. I would do it. Everyone would do it. I just stupid just to say no for certain things. So you're telling me I'm gonna have the best nutritionist, best coach, get paid, and to work out to look good? It's just a no-brainer. Look at the triceps. How to actually achieve a body like Chris Hemsworth? Now, the best answer for this would be to do pretty much everything, because you don't just want to have a huge arms and don't have chest or don't have shoulders or anything like that. You want to have a nice fit physique. That is the muscle parts that actually makes you look bigger. It's great to have everything combined, you know, like a pure aesthetic look. But if you want to concentrate on one body part more than the others, that's totally fine. At least the way I look at it. What are these muscle parts? They're actually gonna make you look bigger, right? So anything that has to do with pretty much upper body, upper torso, that's going to give you that V taper. You really want to have a wide shoulder. So hitting lateral raises is beneficial. Not only lateral head, but in order to get that 3D look, you really want to hit the rear delts, which would be a great exercise for reverse flies, for example. Have really rounded shoulders, you cannot just have flat, clavicles over here. You do need to have some traps that gives you that nice isosceles triangle look. Upper chest and triceps. In order to have big arms, you really want to concentrate for triceps. Curls for girls, I get it. Curls are great. But if we actually have to take away all the other exercises, I'm trying to look like Chris Hemsworth, definitely triceps. Shoulders, traps, upper chest, upper back. Triceps, it's good to do any type of eccentric motion, such as overhead tricep extensions, some type of push downs with lateral raises for shoulders, rear delt flies, incline bench press, some type of tricep machine to get your traps going. Because you don't want to be like big here everywhere and then have small traps and small neck. Plus, when you're doing traps, it's also hitting like your neck a little bit. Hey, you have no time to really invest in yourself to go to the gym. What will be that exercise that's going to help you out? Just get some type of like a pull-up bar that you can hang in your kitchen. You do push-ups before bed. Yourself some type of dip machine. You don't even have to go to the gym. You can just buy something from Amazon, which I have over here, that I used to do, but now it's collecting clothes. But yes, that's the simplest way for you to look like Chris Hemsworth. Ideally so. Never compare yourself to the others. Be happy in your own way. Don't rush things. Take time, because all of this takes time. Even if you take testosterone or whatever, your muscles need to mature. It's not that you're gonna get results tomorrow, next week, next month, or even 3 months from now, but it is gradually going to get better. It is great to have a motivation and dedication. People will tell you that dedication and discipline is most important, which it is so. But if you push yourself too much at the beginning, your motivation is gonna die out. If your motivation dies out, then you don't have that discipline to go anymore, to enjoy it. Because after all, this has to be enjoyed. You have to like what you're doing. It's going to make you feel better. You feel better, you look great. And until next time.